Hey guys, it's Yani here again.
Jesus
Christ, hurry up. Hey guys, how are you doing? It's
Hi
Yani
guys,
here.
we're back. We're here once again watching Miss Catriona Gray, Miss Universe 2018.
If you haven't seen part 1, please go ahead, check the link down below. Pause this video, go watch part 1.
Watch part 1 first because it's very, very beautifully done. And this is an interview in New York.
Yeah, New York.
New York, New York.
Anyway, bye. Sorry if this video is we're not talking a lot, which many of you are happy that we're not talking because we're silent while watching something. But we're not going to be talking about it because this is actually the first time we're watching this, and I'm actually genuinely happy and excited to see her in interviews. So, let's go.
That's amazing. And I know you spent some time with those kids as well, right?
Yeah, I've worked in Tondo as I help out in class, with storytelling and, the little games and songs that they teach the kids. It's really a creative environment that's colorful because we want children to fall in love with learning at a young age.
That's so true.
And so I work a lot with the younger kids. I've also worked with some of the teens because a lot of them have dropped out of school or they just don't have an interest in school. So it's really engaging them again and finding something.
And that's a nice platform she has to influence the youth.
That's so awesome.
Thank you.
And speaking of your platform, I also have to tie this into social media a little bit because the Miss Universe pageants have gone beyond the time when social media even existed, but now I feel like it's such a huge part, and I couldn't help but notice that you gained 3 million followers.
She did. No, bitch. We noticed it first when we rated her Instagram.
The first time she had was it 200,000?
600,000.
Oh, 600,000.
Give her at least 600,000.
I didn't remember.
Or was it 300,000?
I think it was less than 600,000.
I think it was less than 600 too. Let's look at
our Instagram
rate again.
But anyways, our rate, she definitely was less than 1 million.
She was.
And we were saying, oh my god, if she becomes Miss Universe, I wonder how this is gonna go. And now she had, last time we checked it, it was 3.3 million.
3-something million.
Yeah, now probably it's already 4 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing, because that means that everything she's doing is being followed by all these people.
And not just Filipinos, by everyone around the world.
It's everyone.
Yeah.
I follow her too.
Yeah. I would compete for Miss Universe just for the Instagram followers. I would be the one that falls on stage.
Selfish. That's the stigma of the misses. He is the stigma.
No, I'm not the stigma.
You are, because you just want fame and beauty.
My platform Miss Universe would be world peace.
Fighting against dry skin.
Stop saying dry skin. People are noticing that you're saying me fight dry skin.
Get close to the camera.
I don't have dry skin. I have flawless skin.
Get close.
No,
I can see flicks.
In 2 to 3 weeks or something crazy like that. Crazy. So what kind of role do you think social media is now playing in the pageant and then now getting your platform out there?
First I'll say that leap in followers was just
crazy.
It took me by so much surprise.
Can you imagine logging into your Instagram and at the bottom of your page you see 1.m. How does that feel? 1.m, 2.m.
Oh my god. When I wake up and I see 10, I'm already
happy.
oh my.
I'm celebrating. I'm happy.
I think it was the most we got was when we reacted actually to Miss Universe, and the following day we woke up and it was 70 or 80 people
and
following.
we were happy.
We were like, oh my god.
So how much more Catriona? 3.2. All in one day. It's crazy.
I still feel like the same girl from a year ago, I don't feel like I've changed that much. But
that's good, Kat. Be humble.
This huge platform now, and so many people
us.
are listening to what I have to say. It really makes me want to orientate towards something that will really educate people, create awareness, do something more than show them a cute outfit or what I'm having for lunch. But social media has definitely revolutionized or transformed the world of pageantry, and not just pageantry, but any social cause that we like to lend our voice to, or how we inform each other, how we connect. And that's why I think it's a powerful, powerful tool that really has the potential to do so much good. And that's what, as Miss Universe, I really want to utilize as a tool to, as I said, educate, create awareness, draw people to causes that they might not have known about, or connect them to it in some way.
She has the power now. Whatever she tells them,
that person or in that cause. Or
if Catriona tells me to jump off a cliff and die, I would do it.
I hope she does.
I mean, I can imagine having 4 million followers is a bit overwhelming, especially when you get them like that fast.
Yeah.
You're like, what do I do? What do I post? What do I say? Everybody's listening.
I
Everybody's
would be so
watching.
afraid to post anything.
And including some of your fans are some pretty big names now, which I think is very exciting.
Tyra Banks.
I know that Tyra Banks actually
Tyra
retweeted one of your walks from the pageant.
I died. So we were having dinner after rehearsals. And literally I was just sitting there and we're all tired and I just ate, so I'm having a bit of a food coma and I'm sitting there and then I start getting tagged and it's Tyra Banks. And I just look around to my table and like no one's noticing that I'm freaking out, and then I go to my friend Miss Denmark in Sweden. I'm like, Tyra Banks just tweeted at me.
Oh my!
It's crazy, and like, you know, it's
How does that
the,
feel? What
the
kind of feeling
phenomenon
is
of
that?
pageantry, the way that it's able to reach so many different markets or
Wow.
countries and people is just crazy.
Yeah.
And to have Tyra Banks like comment on my walk, I was just like, oh my gosh, if Tyra approves, then I'm, you know.
Tyra approves, that's all you need.
Oh,
She's a
But
real
even you
person.
talking about
She's a
pageantry and
real
touching so
person.
many people, I know that especially in the US, I'm not sure about in other places, but there is some criticism of pageantry and
Yeah,
the whole idea
stigma.
of beauty pageants.
People like
So I wanted to
you.
know a little bit about your experience as Miss Philippines. If, you know, pageantry is looked at in a different way, or
Oh my
even how
God.
you combat some of those more
We
negative
praise
criticisms.
pageantry in my country.
I can
Oh,
totally see
Carrie,
how some
she's
people can have
coming
a
out with some
negative
good
perception of
questions.
beauty pageants, but I feel that that's drawn from a surface perspective.
And look at
you don't
her, the way
really
she
see
answers it.
the journeys of the girls themselves or what they represent. Because
Yes.
these days, especially with the women that I've competed with in Miss Universe and the women that I've talked to, they all have causes or they all have a bigger reason for wanting to pursue Miss Universe. And usually it's about the platform, which is so amazing to see because I think we're also showing
at her
that
eyes
women can
changing.
be so
You notice it.
multifaceted. Like, we can't just be a model, but you could be someone who also is a
Influenced
lawyer or
it, yeah.
budding doctor. Or, you know, we're so multifaceted. And I think when you really see what we're trying to represent, what we're trying to do with the platform of pageantry, that will kind of change some people's perspectives. As a Miss Philippines, we love pageants.
Yes.
Like,
yes, I
Was
told
it
you.
obvious? Like, we don't have Super Bowl, but we have the 3 Bs, which is boxing, basketball, and beauty pageants.
Oh my God, that's true.
And, you know, as a Miss Philippines, there is well, not even as a Miss Philippines yet, as a candidate, there is a certain pressure because
There is.
so many people get so passionate about candidates and who's competing and everything. And if I had to develop anything as a candidate, it was mental fortitude. Because to be bombarded on social media with both positive and negative comments, it was really hard, you know, to always have a thick skin because someone can say to you, hey, just don't worry about what they say, but there are times that something will get to you, a comment will hurt. So it's really just building up that mental fortitude that I had to do as a candidate. And just remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I've been doing my charity work for 3 years, which is longer than my pageant career. And that,
No, wait, let's talk about, I should talk about that because I'm actually curious if she was just doing all the charity work just for the pageant. Like,
I knew she wasn't.
she wasn't?
I thought she wasn't.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was like, why? Like, she's doing all these things, and because I don't know how real she was yet. So now hearing this, it makes me more happy that she's actually been doing all this charity
I
work.
was not doubting her.
That's
I
good.
believe
that was just something that always anchored me in what I'm doing, made it worthwhile. Like, why
Who
am I
texted
pursuing
this
this
guy?
platform? This is the reason why.
I love those 3 Bs.
Right? Now when you think of Philippines, it's like the 3 Bs.
The 3 Bs. It's so funny because when I was
She's so
watching,
relatable.
I
She
felt like
is.
the entire audience was rooting for you. And even when you won, it was like Philippines everywhere. So I can't imagine coming together with all these other contestants, like how that works and how, you know, you have a little bit of a different motivation than some of these other people. And I can imagine you were looking out in the crowd and seeing so many people from your country.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was thinking backstage, maybe I want to go out and do a little bit of a fierce moment here or whatever. But then I would see the Filipino flags and just the fans in their faces, like just lit up, and I would break out into a smile. Like every time I stepped out onto that stage that night, every time I saw a supporter, heard the word Philippines or saw a flag, like the
That's
joy
true.
that would come.
So how
over
do you
me
become
that I was
fierce
able
when you
to
just want to
bear.
smile?
But
Give-
remember
you
when
know,
she was,
give my
because she
country
was
such
being
pride.
fierce, but then at
Just-
times she
She
was
just
smiling.
smiled.
I look back
I
at it as
loved
one of the fondest aspects of my journey, which is the support. Not even just from Filipinos, but from supporters all around the world. The way that they carry the candidates through and the way that they support them, it's just, you would never think that they would.
Yeah.
But for example, I've had experience where supporters would be like, I know you're staying at this hotel. If you need anything, if you want late night snacks, if you want, you know, a repair on a dress,
Are you serious?
tell us. And these are people that I don't know, but that they're willing to do that for you. Just shows their level of love and dedication just to support you. And I think that's
Oh my god.
that's really something
Well,
special.
Filipino fans, like we always say,
That's also
are
the
best
perks of
fans.
4 million followers. Now you
I have
can, living
these
in New
fans
York,
who
you can
get
just say,
tweets.
"Hey, I
Can
want
someone
this
do
Shake
that?
Shack," and they'll have it delivered to you.
You're
Like-
onesie.
My ones.
Also, did that kind of
I'm so
support
entertained by
just
this
on that
interview. I'm just
stage
watching.
in particular give you some sort of comfort that maybe made the pageant a little easier, less nerve-wracking?
It definitely makes my spirits high all throughout. Just to hear, you know, every time I step out, I can hear the support, and that alone just makes me feel like we have a phrase that laban, which means fighting. So I just wanted to give my best, just to make those people proud, you know, that they came all the way out there. Look how they're supporting
I
me.
can't
They
get
deserve
over
the
how
best
her
performance
lips
that I
move.
can give.
To the right.
Amazing.
she
And then
talks
since
like
we're
this.
in New York,
Yeah.
I just have to ask, you've settled in, how long have you been here?
5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have
I'm
an apartment
fresh.
there?
What are you most looking forward to about living in New York?
There are so many things to do.
Yeah.
So many places to eat. And so many things to see.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit overwhelmed because there's just so much that I want to do. There's so many places I want to go. Broadway plays I want to see. I want to try and watch some live music. I want to eat everywhere. So yeah, I think really you can find everything in New York, and the people that you meet are from all different corners of the
Yes,
world.
like
all different
Toronto.
walks of
Come to
life.
Toronto,
I think that
Kat.
gives it such an amazing energy.
Shout out.
So I love it so far. Besides the weather,
I was going to
besides
say,
the cold.
and winter, you're into that too?
I mean, trying to look nice while being warm is like an impossible balance to achieve. Can I just say, there are people who are amazing. I walked out the other day and saw someone in like ballet flats in a dress, and I was, what is their superpower? Can they let me in on a trick or something?
Oh.
And the best thing is everything
I love her.
inside is just like the opposite.
Right?
So you're freezing outside, and then
like toasted.
yeah, you'll get used to it eventually, hopefully.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna head over to some audience questions. I think we have one from Twitter.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So somebody says, could you tell us the insecurities you overcame after winning the crown, or any insecurities you still have today? Good luck on your media.
I have insecurities just like anyone else. I think people have a perception that once you're successful, once you achieve a certain thing, that your life will be perfect, you'll never have a complaint, you'll never have a down day. That is not the case. I have bad days, or days where I feel overwhelmed, or like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right decision? Or
just
I
watching
just
her.
feel not put together today. I'm having a bad hair day. You know, just silly things like that. And especially as a public figure, there are so many people who have these expectations of me to always look a certain way. Like I have experience, and I'm sure going forward in this year I'll experience is people always expect beauty queens to be done up 24/7. Like we wake
I
up
would
with our hair
feel
and
so
makeup
pressured.
on. Which is
Like,
so
Waking
no,
up every day.
not at all.
Like I just want to walk out the door.
So it's just things like
hair
that, dealing
undone.
with people's expectations, and just, you know, accepting myself for who I am. Sometimes I'll have a breakout. Sometimes I'll feel really lost and overwhelmed or emotional. You know, it happens, and I have insecurities just like everyone else, and it's just a constant
But
pep
notice
talk
how
I
she
need to
didn't
give myself
say.
every day.
Notice how she didn't
It's like,
say
you
what
know
her
what, you might not be
insecurity
feeling
is.
good today, but you know,
No,
there's
she
so many
said.
things to be
What is her
grateful for.
insecurity?
Sometimes she
You know,
would
just
wake
go
up
out
and
and
she
have the
feels
best
down.
day that you
like,
can.
That was a very
Hope that
shallow
tomorrow
answer.
you'll be in a
No.
better mood. You know, just things like that.
Ups and downs.
That's awesome. And then we have 3 in the audience.
Oh my god, this is what I want to
Hi
know.
guys.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay!
Congratulations and thank you for making us overseas Filipinos very proud.
Thank you, Bob.
My question is, aside from charity with the children, do you want to lend your platform to animal welfare or the environment?
She's done HIV awareness.
Yeah, definitely.
No?
You know, as a Miss Universe, I'm not constrained to how many causes I can lend my voice to. And it's something that I really want to achieve this year is really just make as much as an impact, positive impact that I possibly can. Whether it be through the many causes or just quality.
She's the best Miss Universe
making
so
a
far.
qualitative difference.
She's so real.
To a few causes. Whatever makes the most difference or whatever opportunity,
she has a great future ahead of her.
I have, I want to
She's gonna
take
be
it.
so
definitely,
she could do hosting,
another cause that I'm very passionate
modeling,
about is being
HIV.
an advocate for HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just something I'm passionate about is breaking down the stigma so that people can feel that they can just get tested without having that fear. So yeah, definitely. In my reign, I hope that I can really push as many causes as I can.
See,
like
the woman
that.
does it all.
If I were to interview her, I would ask her more about the HIV awareness.
Hi, Catriona.
Hello.
Congratulations again on your title.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, what was the best advice you had gotten from previous Miss Philippines title holders?
This piece of advice was from Rachel Peters, who is my predecessor. She just told me, take every day as it comes. Because she told me that you can get overwhelmed because it is such a high pressure environment. You know how much expectation is on you. But just take it day by day, which, you know, it's a very simple advice, but I really did apply it throughout the pageant. I would take every day as it comes.
Yeah, we saw she was dancing in the
Because if you start out
corner.
on day one, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're watching everything that we do, or you just overthink and you over-process, and then you start to kind of coil up in stress. I just tried to be like, okay, I just have to get through this day, do my best on this day, next day too. So, yeah.
That goes back
That's
to
so
something
sweet.
that your dad taught you too.
Yes.
I know
One
you had-
small step at a time.
Wow, she
yeah,
knows
to reach your
Catriona. She's
destination.
very a fan.
Stalker!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You,
And then we have
Netflix
one
show.
more.
Netflix, ooh.
Hi.
I'm a pageant girl myself, so what
She
are some
is?
advice you would give any kind of pageant girl on wanting to be the next Miss Universe?
Okay. I wish you the best, firstly, in whatever pageant you pursue or whatever your dreams are in pageantry. Something that I really stay true to is what my values are and my uniqueness, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So, for an example, I'm a very creative person, so I interjected that into every part of my journey. I was really hands-on in my wardrobe, to how my final look was, up to my jewelry, like everything. I was so hands-on, and so I felt
You
that
can
when I
tell.
walked out on that stage, no matter what happened, I knew that I felt comfortable, I felt as beautiful as I could be, and that I stayed true to myself. And I think that's so important because in pageantry,
True.
there will be people who may just have the best intentions as mentors, saying, you should wear this color, do your hair like this, walk like
Yeah.
this, smile like this. But you need to have the final say. You need to feel comfortable. You need to
That's
feel
what I
like
said.
you,
That
and that will shine through.
it makes her the unique,
hope
the
that's
most unique
helpful.
Miss Universe.
Thank you.
Well, guess what? You walked how you wanted, and Tyra Banks approved it. So,
That's
Yeah.
so true.
well, thank you so much for
beautiful.
joining us, Catriona.
Wow, that was so sweet.
That was such a beautiful interview, and I think we got to know her so much more.
Yeah.
And I love her. Every time she's releasing a new interview, I love her more and more.
Yeah, I'm just watching this interview because we were so curious about her, her journey, and the questions were so good. Kudos to this girl. What's her name? Like
Katie, I think.
Katie.
Or
Anyway,
something like that. Anyways, she's so mesmerizing. Every time she speaks, I'm like...
you
I
noticed
can't
us.
take
We
my
weren't
eyes off of
talking.
her.
We were not talking. Every time we just like listen to her, just like
She's so smart. She's so smart and so
Catriona,
involved.
If you
love
wanna collab, be in our YouTube channel, you know the email down below. You know my Instagram.
her. Just
Anyway,
subscribe.
thank you guys so much
already.
for watching. We hope you enjoyed watching this with us, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, guys.
Go.